06 is just a little scouting report on this week's opponent. Um, as you guys know, a scouting report is some general tendencies or a guide to give you a preview of what to expect from an upcoming opponent. You never know what kind of system formation the coaching staff for the opponent is going to play, what kind of player personnel they're going to have. But just gives us an idea. We'll put it into categories where we're looking at their possession, their build up, how they attack, and how they defend, how they press. Some opportunities for success for us, and then we'll take a look at their restarts. As you guys know or probably remember, it's a 4-4-2, pretty direct, pretty opportunistic, try and create scoring opportunities with speed and force. They are open to be countered on, so there's some areas that we can continue to find and excel against them. So we'll go ahead and start just taking a look at them in possession. Long ball forward, you can see their lineup with their two forwards here. As we look at that, there are two forwards here, and then the back line as they play. They're just trying to create something out of nothing. As I said, opportunistic, but you can see that this is dangerous if we don't have our line organized across the back. So this forward, I think she was a reserve when we played him last time. Just being aware that she, has some good abilities and is able to, power through some things. So we just got to make sure we defend that first ball and clear the danger or secure it and begin our build up. Again, you can see just a little nifty back heel, but they're not very organized and ready for it. So it gives the players a free touch on the ball. They get numbers back and behind, and then get a foul. I'll show that the free kick is in the video. Long ball, as you can see, long ball trying to create something, 2 versus 3. So as we always want to have one more than they do, this should give us an opportunity to gain control and then get into our big shape and open them up a little bit. So as you can see, not terrible in terms of their transition, but as I said, very opportunistic, looking to make something happen. And that's a goal scored in that scenario. How they press, two forwards across from each other, and then their next two are across from each other, and then their next group behind them. So really just looking to wait for them to pass. That's actually a decent ball that goes across the grain, and then they have to work back to get it. But again, just shows you the idea that their forwards are not going to be next to each other hunting. They're going to be spread apart a bit. So how you break the press, quick play, switch the point of attack, play through the middle if and when possible. And if you lose possession, obviously we need to get really close together and narrow. So roller distribution from the goalkeeper there, quick play. And you can see where they're porous in how they defend. Again, two forwards wide, a couple clips here, as I said, on pressing. The next two layers, the next layer there, the next two. For us to get through them, we're going to want to break that line of those four. So if we can find players in that area there, whether it's wide or through the middle, but then a ball over the top never hurts either. So, just realizing that they're suspect in those spaces. And once you break a press down, it causes them to have to take a second look in how they're doing things. Just the long ball here, and now they have numbers just not controlled there. Some opportunities for us. As mentioned, we get the ball forward and switch the point of attack in transition. Really gives us a good idea of how they're going to struggle to get back and defend us. And the more numbers we push forward, the better off we'll be. So suspect on 1v1 attacks as well. So always aware of that. As you can see, they're not afraid to defend, but once you calm down and keep possession of the ball a little bit, and then find feet, should have some good opportunities for us to excel. Look at the switch of the point here. This is what we would want to do. We'd probably do that by playing it into our 6 and then to our outside back. Skyline's obviously different, but maybe we play to our 6 and then out at that point. But you can see what works well against them and where they don't excel. Good tackle there. So can the transition now be quick into spaces? You can see how their back line is set up. And one ball like that played in behind beats the two, and she's off to the races. So as you know, we're not a direct group, but or not super direct, but at least at times, if they're creating a lot of density in front of us putting a ball in behind their back line or in between their center backs will bring us some success. So not going to show every single free kick that is recorded, but when you're looking at this on your own, you can take a look at how teams set up. How do they defend a corner? How do they attack a corner? Their wide free kicks, their both in and out of possession, so you can see what kind of openings there may be. You know who typically goes after the ball. This is looking at their attacking corner right here. You can see that the near post is pretty open, so we have to be aware of that. And then second balls that come out, and we want to make sure we're ending it and getting the ball away. Last thing I think was just taking a look at a free kick of theirs from an area right outside the box. Always going to be a shot, so I think we would recognize that anyways, but just make sure we're ready for it. And that one was hit low. Goalkeeper distribution, again, important. She was able to hit the ball half field from her punts. You know, goal kicks may get to about the 35-40 on this field. So, you know, just making sure we're aware of that and ready for it, because you can see it's creating an opportunity for them to score just from, you know, a longer goal kick. And then just another one here, about the 35-40, and then what's their reaction. So for us, we don't need to be, when on a goal kick, we don't need to be dropped back this far. We want to be in their half and winning the ball in this area right here. Here's our punt. So as you can see, pretty good punt. As we talked about the video last time, first and second balls are very important, so we don't want to let the ball bounce too much. Right here, there's way too many players in yellow, not drop back to help out on that sort of free kick, or I mean that sort of punt. So we need to make sure we're aware of that. So like I said, you can take a look at the restarts and look at those that you might have to go up against. Again, just a guide to give you some looks. You know, we may have some different personnel on the field this week, so hopefully this helps. And get in touch with any of us if you have any questions, and we'll see you Sunday.